Here's the Earth. It's a simple circle. Around that, we have the ionosphere, and the ionosphere goes off kind of like this. You know, like that, right? Because of the solar wind, of course. So now we have a negative right here. The ionosphere is positive. Okay, it's that simple. Now we plug our one rod into the ground and we stick it like this. Then we up here, so then we have the one plate, and we have the other plate, which is the plate sticking up in the sky, which is more positive than the ground. See how we connect into that? And it's that simple. And that's what the Wardenclyffe Tower does. But if we connect this positive plate into the coil, and we have a gap going, here's our gap, spark gap right here. Then we step it down and put that to the ground, and here's our output. Okay, now what we do is we take that and put it back into the Tesla coil, which steps it back up and makes it reverberate at the Earth's frequency. Then anybody who's here, whether they're in China, America, Australia, it doesn't matter where you are. The sun is out here. It's not really a accurate predict, you know what I'm saying? But the sun is big, and it's like sending all these positive stuff out here to the Earth. So now the Earth is more negative. See, this in front of the sun is more positive than the back tail, which is more negative. You understand what I'm saying? Anytime there's a potential difference, we can tap into that and exploit it. I hate to use the word exploit because we're being exploited already, but that's just the way it is. Obviously, it must be, because I've already exploited the static electricity in the air. But we're here on the Earth's surface. Up in the sky in the ionosphere, it's more positive. So all we got to do is tap into that by sticking our plate up in the air, and we're going to have positive up here and negative at the bottom, which is connected to the Earth. Then we use that to hook the Tesla coil into that and broadcast at the Earth's frequency, which one of my critics is saying is 8 hertz, right? So there's the whole formula right there. So, but the thing about it is that at the poles, say we got, let me flip the papers over. Draw another Earth. We got north and we got south. These are some of the driest places on the Earth, even though there's plenty of water there, but it's all frozen, so the air is dry. So now we put this stuff, the same thing, up at the pole, North Pole or South Pole, right? And since the positive part of the ionosphere is around the Earth, what that means is that we're tapping into the positive part where we put our antenna up in the air. And the Earth is always going to be more negative than it is positive because of the trailing tail at that's going off into the end of the Earth. If that was not so, then we would never see the northern, and I can tell you it's the Aurora Borealis or Aurora Australis, which is the northern lights or the southern lights. That's why that happens, because the magnetosphere flows through the same part, the same path as I'm drawing here for the electrosphere of the Earth. I'm sorry that I've realized all this. It's a great burden on me to have to know all these things. It's a great burden to have to understand what Tesla is doing. It's a great burden for me to have to understand the gyroscopic particles, which I'll talk to you about in the next video. But I didn't want my free energy people to think that I didn't know what I was talking about, because y'all my people and y'all have given me the most emails on my YouTube site. But I know what I'm talking about. You gotta imagine the sun is out here, right? This is the sun. The sun is a giant electrostatic generator, and it's hitting the earth atmosphere and causing the earth's atmosphere at the top layer to be ionized, which that's why the ozone's there, right? That's why the O3 is there. But the earth itself, and there's a trailing, the key is there's a trailing edge right here, right? Just like this right here. Here's the little earth, put a little earth right there. Then we take and we put because we have a magnetic field, the magnetic field looks like that, right? Around the earth. But up here in the ionosphere, it's positive. The earth is always more negative, except for the thunderstorms, when the thunderstorms come around. But I want y'all to understand one thing. When the thunderstorms they are the spark gap, just like in the Tesla coil, of the earth. That's why when Tesla, you read, all you people who are out there who have read a lot of Tesla stuff, he realized what was happening when the thunderstorms was rolling across, and he was looking out over there, and he took to his instruments, and he realized that the thunderstorms are the spark gap of the earth. That's, the earth is resonating from the sun, putting its energy out to the earth and causing the earth to be more negative than the atmosphere is around it, in this trailing like edge that is going off the backside of it. It's hard, I know sometimes it's hard to explain. I actually had one user or one person say he tried to look up Joseph Newman and understand his stuff. I mean, all this stuff is connected. I want y'all to understand this. I want y'all to know this, because I'm not gonna live forever. Do you understand that? I'm not gonna live forever. You know, sometimes I'm really sick and I don't know, I want to leave. It's not even really leaving a legacy. It's just trying to help y'all people. If y'all can just wrap some wire around some magnets, man, without putting a core in it, you got the Newman machine, man. I do not know what else to do for y'all. I mean, I had like almost 1 million emails. I can't go through them all. This stuff, but this is how the Tesla Tower works. It's because you put this up, you put a little plate up here, right? Then you got a gap between it, and that's where the spark's coming off. Then you run that spark off through a step-down transformer like this, and you take the energy off and run your LED or your whatever. But the thing is, he chose to do, because he was a genius, is that he chose to take that spark coming off of with the plates he put up in the air, or the bowls, which is, you know, it's what the Wardenclyffe Tower was, and he hooked it to the magnifying transmitter. That DC spark, he hooked it to the magnifying transmitter, and when he did that, it's just like hooking a DC voltage to the Tesla coil. But he hooked that to the earth resonant frequency, and so the earth, the sun, he grabbed the energy from the sun. He ran it through the magnifying transmitter, which was at the earth's resonant frequency. And then anybody could just plug in. Sometimes it's so difficult for me because I really don't know how to explain it to y'all.